go to the West?
It's very challenging, very challenging. And I think the number one thing is the role reversals. We used to be, when we were back home, a man, is the head of the household, and not only literally the head of the household, as they say in the church, but it was also because they were able to find a job, the work, and they were able to get the pay to be able to take care of, their families. So they were respected. There was respect that comes with that. So hence now they come to, these foreign countries, the roles have, been reversed. There's more opportunities and more respect per se, as we say, for the woman, because then most of the jobs, they want to hire more women in it. Well, that's, now I see more nurses and nurses aides and more home health aides, men doing it now. But it's not a work that was done by men is the other thing. I remember when I came in the 80s, early 80s, it was only us. But then the men that came from, African countries, they were like, I can't even change my child's diaper or my sister's little sister diaper, and you want me to go into the nursing home and change a grown person's diaper? So one, for a man, it's not a manly man job, for them to do that. And that was understandable. But then when they now want to find a job selling or, in other places, they were not hired. Nobody was opening doors for them until they came back and said, you know what, I guess we just have to do the same work, where now we're changing so for us, it's natural to change a grown person or a young person's diapers. So I can do more hours doing that. Men gradually had to increase their hours, because then even 5, 10, 8 hours, was too much, because it's not something that they used to be doing. So again, mindfully, it takes the manly out of me, the manhood out of me, because now, how am I going to get the respect? And now that I'm doing the same work here. So that has really been a big challenge, for men to be able to change that mindset and that perspective and say, you know what, we are in a foreign country. And, as they say, right, when you're in Rome, you do what the Romans do. What do you call it? Domestic violence is on the rise as well. So here's what happened. Years ago, women came, right? And then they find these jobs as nurses, and they get paid a lot of money as nurses. So they sponsor their husband to come from, Africa and join them here, or they're here already. And then they sponsor their husband, to be able to get another training or another job. But still, they are the ones that are now the head of the household. They are providing. So if the husband says something, it's like, you can't say anything to me, because I'm the one that brings the bread on the table. I'm the one that's bringing more money, which is something that, back in the days, we couldn't say that. Even if I was bringing more money, I wouldn't say to my husband to say, I'm bringing more money. It just was culturally not appropriate to be said. Today is a different day. People will say, yes, I'm the woman and I'm the one that brings the money. So now the men cannot take it. And many of the men have unfortunately resorted to hitting the women, even to the extent of killing them. Because now, you're demeaning me, you're disrespecting me. And then, with the role reversal, because then remember now, when men used to have the money and they are the head of the household, they could go and have 20 girlfriends, just 2 girlfriends, even 1 girlfriend. We have women that are also saying, well, shoot, if you can do it, then I can do it too. But then here's the thing. If you do it, the men cannot take it. We as women, it's almost like, which is unfortunate. It's almost like, I hate to use this word, because then, we're not supposed to be used to it, but you get used to hearing that a man has a girlfriend or your man has stepped out. But then for the men themselves, it was never anything that was not even heard of, but acceptable, that your woman stepped out. And then it started happening, and the men couldn't take it. They couldn't handle it. So the only way is, I'm going to take my wife out, or I'll take this lady out, because that's the only way that nobody else will hear about what they did, and she will not embarrass me ever again, which is